Born without fear, this high schooler is a natural monster who can solo anyone. He pummels elite thugs and tattooed gangsters like children. When he feels hungry, he dives into rivers to fight crocodiles or hunts forest monsters just to cure boredom. One punch sends anyone to the afterlife. Meet Kang Treodu, Korea's strongest student. The legend begins as Treodu and his friend Jin-tae witness a shocking phenomenon. A black hole tears through the sky. A voice echoes. The apocalypse trial begins. Before they can process the chaos, they are sucked into the void. Everything changes. Transported to planet Nova, Jin-tae panics, realizing they have actually been iced. Treodu is annoyed, blaming his friend for wandering around. Now, they are trapped. Suddenly, a system window appears. Apocalypse trial. Objective: obtain 1 goblin coin. Reward: class change. As they read, Treodu senses a chilling danger nearby. A pack of goblins has surrounded them, their glowing red eyes filled with hunger. Jin-tae turns pale, sweating bullets. Where did these terrifying monsters come from? He asks if they must fight, but his friend has already vanished instantly. Treodu's battle thirst overrides his common sense. He charges in to carry the team. I have waited for this. Finally, a chance to test my true hidden power. He slams a knee into the nearest goblin, sending it flying like a firework. His blood boils with excitement. His crazed instincts awaken. My era starts now. With a single spin kick, he effortlessly obliterates 3 goblins at once. Absolute dominance. Jin-tae is speechless. How could he take down 3 monsters in one breath? The goblin Treodu struck shatters into blue light. It is completely annihilated. A coin drops from the remains. Treodu wonders what this strange item is. The system explains. Goblin coins. The exclusive currency of the apocalypse trial. Treodu realizes this is the quest item. The coin flies into his hand. Quest clear. You have earned citizenship on planet Nova. Enter the gateway. Jin-tae rushes over, confused by the notification. What does entering Nova mean? He looks at the swirling black hole in the sky, totally lost and terrified. Time passes. Jin-tae's face is swollen as if he has been through hell. You jerk, why did you throw me into that swarm of goblins? Do you want me dead? He screams amidst a field of goblin corpses. Treodu knows his friend needs a wake-up call. Coins cannot be shared. But I cannot fight. Jin-tae protests, but a hidden goblin suddenly lunges out. Watch out. Jin-tae screams as a survivor aims for his throat. Treodu reacts instantly, crushing the beast. There is only one way to grow. You must fight. Do not worry, I will protect you since I dragged you here. I will take responsibility. Jin-tae sighs in relief. At least the quest is done. Nearby, 2 soldiers observe the area through binoculars. They are on a mission. Sergeant, our supply bag is still there. Let us clear those lowly goblins. Treodu and Jin-tae stumble upon the bag first. It is filled with survival rations. No more starving. Let us eat and move out, Treodu says with a grin. Suddenly, a gun barrel is pressed against his head. Die! A soldier roars. Luckily, it does not fire. The soldiers realize they found 2 ordinary students. Jin-tae surrenders immediately. Later that night, they sit around a campfire. Sorry, I thought you were a monster, the soldier apologizes. Treodu shrugs. The soldier eyes their school uniforms. You survived here with no weapons? How did we get here without knowing where this is? Is the entire military drafted into this apocalypse trial too? If so, is the status window info actually real? Jin-tae asks nervously. Hearing this, the soldier captain looks surprised for a moment, then explains. The government is preparing for the Nova trial, a planet where humans will migrate. It is like the Stone Age. We must build a village together. Major corporations and elite organizations have already joined Nova for this new era. A secret competition, hidden from the public, has already begun. Beside him, Treodu asks, Are there many monsters like that one on Nova? The soldier pauses, then replies, This is just a test zone. Nova is the real deal, so training here is vital. On Nova, things will be even harsher. Take this bag. We have prepared several tools for you already. You will need plenty of food and weapons. He lifts the bag, making 4 eyes beam like he struck gold. Wait, really? Thank heavens. Thank you so much, he says gratefully. Hearing this, Treodu lets out a sharp smirk. Nova is even harsher, huh? Then we need to hunt more. Time flies until late night. Instead of resting, our main character drags his 4-eyed friend to grind levels. What? Hunting again? Can we just rest for a second? The test is over, 𝒔𝒕 complains. Seeing his friend's guard drop, 𝒑𝒎 instantly warns him. No. After what that soldier said, we cannot stay idle. We must grow. Faster. Soon, they reach a high watchtower guarded by goblins. At the top, a goblin mage is chanting strange, cryptic spells. Whoa, what the heck? It looks totally different from the goblins we have faced before, 𝒔𝒕 stammers. But 𝒑𝒎's eyes blaze with excitement as he shouts, I hear a strange sound here. Turns out it was a trick. It looks dangerous just looking at it. Without hesitation, he grabs a frying pan and charges. The more dangerous, the better. The goblins shriek in confusion, but before they can react, they get flattened by 𝒑𝒎's iron pan. Hearing the chaos, the goblin mage looks down and realizes its low-level minions are already wiped out while the enemy is climbing up at lightning speed. Seeing the situation, 𝒑𝒎 flashes a wicked grin. Hey, you filthy goblin, just wait there, I am coming for you. He glares upward. It is unclear if it understood him, but the goblin mage's face twists in pure rage. It raises its magic staff to the sky, and a purple thunderbolt strikes down instantly. What? It is a mage? 𝒑𝒎 yells as the goblin focuses the lightning strike directly on him. 𝒔𝒕 screams in terror. 𝒑𝒎, while the goblin mage lets out a triumphant cackle. However, it celebrated too early. 𝒑𝒎's laughter echoes as he clings to the tower. Ha, now this is fun. The goblin mage starts panicking. Without a word, it summons another massive pillar of lightning onto 𝒑𝒎. Meanwhile, 𝒑𝒎 grips the pole with everything he has. Again, do it again, he mumbles wildly. My back is tingling, but I can take it. I am not just a madman. I am the son of a great mage. Enduring the agony, 𝒑𝒎 crawls up to face the goblin mage head-on. That pain will not stop me. It only makes me stronger. Covered in sparks, he swings his 𝑭𝒂𝒓𝒎, frying pan down, causing the entire watchtower to collapse. Afterward, 𝒑𝒎 feels a bit of a rush. Phew. That was risky, but I survived thanks to the magic resistance in my mother's bloodline. Then, the reward for slaying the mage appears. Besides the usual coin, he sees a new core that shocks him. What? It is not just a goblin coin. There is something else? A status screen pops up. Mana orb. Increases mana permanently by a small amount. Costs 10 goblin coins to activate. Exclusive to the Apocalypse trial. Untradeable. Reading this, 𝒑𝒎 is stunned. Does this mean I can gather mana like a mage? Suddenly, the orb absorbs into him. A brilliant light envelops him, completely restoring his damaged physique. Unbelievable. I feel more powerful than ever before. Is this the mana orb's true power? 𝒑𝒎 clenches his fist, feeling the energy surge through him. Suddenly, 𝒔𝒕 runs over. 𝒑𝒎, you are insane. You are okay after getting struck by lightning? Are you even human? 𝒑𝒎 looks at him. 𝒔𝒕, yeah, what is it? Are you hurt? Seeing 𝒑𝒎's determined gaze, he immediately says, we need to hunt even more. Let us find the next spot, specifically targeting those mages with the orbs. Hearing this, 𝒔𝒕's face turns pale. Watching 𝒑𝒎 fight that mage was enough to give him chills, the thought of following him for more. Stop, just stop, already, 𝒔𝒕 begs. Time passes quickly, and by the next morning, 𝒔𝒕 is speechless at the sight. 𝒑𝒎, did you seriously hunt goblins all night without a wink of sleep? Look at those eyes. He's already gathered 3 mana orbs, gold, red, and blue. He's practically glowing as he brags to 𝒔𝒕. Wake up, partner. Check out these power and perception orbs. I can't wait to unleash this strength. Just one day, and he's already a beast. 𝒑𝒎's excitement is soaring while 𝒔𝒕 just sighs in disbelief. This guy is a certified battle maniac. Suddenly, a red system alert blares. 12 hours have passed. Warning, the Apocalypse trial boss has emerged. This monster is a nightmare beyond any Nova rookie's level. Evacuate immediately. 𝒔𝒕 wakes up to the worst possible news. His face instantly pales with terror. Damn it, a boss already. 𝒑𝒎, forget the loot. We have to get to the portal now. But 𝒑𝒎 isn't running. His face is flushed red with pure, adrenaline-fueled joy. Finally, a real challenge. 𝒔𝒕 nearly gags at his friend's bloodlust. Meanwhile, 2 soldiers are cornered by a literal mountain of flesh. A giant orc looms over them. Focus fire on its weapon arm. The veteran soldier screams desperately. The rookie fires, but it's useless. The bullets hit that thick hide like raindrops on the ocean. No effect? Are you kidding me? They grit their teeth as the orc swings a massive wooden club. The rookie closes his eyes, bracing for death. But then, a blur of motion. 𝒌𝒂𝒏 has arrived. With one explosive punch, the mace shatters into splinters. The main character's hype has reached its peak. Interesting. This one's mine. 𝒌𝒂𝒏 drops into a combat stance and lunges at the Titan. He throws a heavy blow, but the orc crosses its massive arms, blocking the strike perfectly. What? It's like hitting a wall of solid iron. The orc counters instantly, sending 𝒌𝒂𝒏 flying. He's tossed like a ragdoll as the ground shatters. 𝒔𝒑𝒆𝒏 watches from the shadows, heart-stopping. He's being overpowered. 𝒔𝒑𝒆𝒏's eyes bulge. Even the soldiers are stunned. He's still standing after that? This boss is high tier. Defeating it should be impossible for a newcomer. The power gap is insane. 𝒌𝒂𝒏 wipes his lip. That hit was a wake-up call. This monster is far deadlier than he imagined. The orc smashes the ground, creating a massive crater. 𝒌𝒂𝒏 barely dances away from the crushing blow. I have to dodge. One clean hit and it's over. The giant's fists rain down like a storm. But wait, the patterns are simple. I see it. 𝒌𝒂𝒏 slips past a devastating right hook. He grabs the beast's massive wrist, using its own momentum against it. Time for a trip down. Leveraging the Titan's weight, 𝒌𝒂𝒏 slams him into the dirt. The entire battlefield trembles with the impact. He leaps 10 meters high, fist clenched with killing intent. This is the end for you. His fist crashes into the orc's jaw, shattering teeth. Not done yet. Ha ha ha. 𝒌𝒂𝒏's laughter echoes. He pummels the beast into the earth. The soldiers are shaking. Barehanded? He's killing it barehanded? The Titan falls. I won. I actually beat something stronger than me. Bring on the next one. As the orc fades, a mysterious black orb drops. A black one? What kind of skill is this? 𝒌𝒂𝒏 checks the item description and his eyes go wide. Wait. You've got to be kidding me. Time skips forward as the soldiers pack up. You saved our lives, kid, they say with deep emotion. Don't sweat it. I just wanted the XP, 𝒌𝒂𝒏 shrugs. The veteran points to a nearby shack. Before Nova, hit the shop. You can't bring anything to that planet except items bought here. There stands the shopkeeper, a bespectacled goblin with a cold, businesslike gaze. He's definitely not friendly. Browse and buy, he growls. 𝒔𝒑𝒆𝒏 adjusts his glasses, stunned. A talking goblin? How bizarre. Their work done, the soldiers salute and vanish into pillars of light to file their report. 𝒔𝒑𝒆𝒏 licks his lips. Hee, 𝒌𝒂𝒏, we're rich. In games, gear is everything. Let's go shopping. After stocking up on top-tier equipment, they head for the swirling vortex. The real journey begins now. All conditions met. The planetary gate to Nova opens its maw to welcome the new legends. Bathed in a holy radiance, 𝒔𝒑𝒆𝒏 looks at his monster of a friend one last time. We're finally leaving this world behind. Honestly, aren't you even a little bit nervous, 𝒌𝒂𝒏? 𝒌𝒂𝒏's grin is wider than ever. Nervous? I'm so hyped, I feel like I could explode. Soon, they warped to planet Nova, where the shimmering lights of evening greeted their arrival. Gazing upward, 𝒔𝒑𝒆𝒏 gasped. 2 moons hung in the sky, proving this wasn't Earth anymore. It's breathtakingly unique, 𝒔𝒑𝒆𝒏 whispered, spotting a mysterious glow pulsating in the distance. That light must be a gathering point. Let's head. Wait. I have a major problem. I'm starving. The protagonist clutched his stomach as it let out a thunderous, beastly growl. 𝒔𝒑𝒆𝒏 panicked. If he stays hungry, the monster awakens. But the nearest village is a half-day trek away. As 𝒔𝒑𝒆𝒏 fretted over the hangry protagonist, a feminine voice echoed from the shadows. New arrivals on Nova? Need a hand? A stunning, elegantly dressed girl stepped into the light. 𝒔𝒑𝒆𝒏 was mesmerized. She's gorgeous. He grinned, asking if she knew where to find food. Just wait a bit. Though, it seems you didn't come completely empty-handed. She whispered cryptically. Huh? What was that? 𝒔𝒑𝒆𝒏 blinked. Oh, nothing. Just follow me, she laughed charmingly. In this apocalypse, we survivors must stick together. I know a place with plenty of resources. Thank you, they cheered, following their beautiful guide deeper into the mysterious alien wilds. Soon, they reached a crystal-clear lake. Right here, I discovered this fishing spot by chance. 𝒔𝒑𝒆𝒏 immediately opened his pack. Leave it to me. I'll craft a rod from our scraps. I'm a natural at DIY. You wait here, 𝒌𝒂𝒏. I'll go gather some bait nearby. The girl vanished into the brush. Later, 𝒔𝒑𝒆𝒏 proudly held up his finished makeshift rod. We're lucky we met someone so kind. Nearby, 𝑭𝒂𝒏 was desperately chewing on his sleeve. Hold on, almost done. 𝑗in-T adjusted the grip. Suddenly, a blue system window flashed open. Success! Crude fishing rod created. You have awakened the crafting skill, 𝒔𝒑𝒐𝒄𝒂𝒍𝒚𝒑𝒔𝒆. I learned a new skill. Now for the fish. 𝑭𝒂𝒏 couldn't wait and leaped headfirst. No time for rods. I'll catch them with my bare hands. He dove, discarding his jacket. You lunatic! You've completely lost it because of the hunger, 𝒔𝒑𝒐𝒃 cried out in despair. Just then, the girl returned. Seeing 𝒔𝒑𝒐𝒃 alone, she smirked. Where's your big friend gone? 𝒂𝒂𝒏 surfaced, only to see the girl leading 4 massive, battle-hardened thugs toward them. Are these your friends? 𝒔𝒑𝒐𝒃 asked naively. The gang erupted into mocking, cruel laughter. Friends? You're a riot. Welcome to Nova, kid. Wander alone. And we take everything you own. Listen carefully, 𝒔𝒑𝒐𝒃 warned. If you pick a fight with us, you'll deeply regret it. *slap. A long-haired thug struck him down. Shut up. You think you're tough, you little brat? Where's the other giant? Is he hiding underwater because he's terrified of us? Come out, coward. Suddenly, a massive waterspout erupted. 𝒂𝒏 emerged, wrestling 2 giant crocodiles with his bare hands. The thugs froze in terror. What the? Is he being eaten? No, he's dominating them. 𝒂𝒏 grinned, feeling the Black Pearl's power. Skill. Orc skin. Harder than refined steel. Even crocodile fangs couldn't pierce his hide. Is that all you've got? He thought, laughing internally. He dragged the beasts ashore effortlessly. Who are you? I only prepared enough for 2. 𝒂𝒏, save me. These bastards tricked us. 𝒔𝒑𝒐𝒃 screamed, pointing at the stunned thugs. The air around 𝒂𝒏 turned ice cold. His killing intent flared to an absolute maximum. These gnats are annoying. And they touched my friend? 𝒂𝒏's rage boiled over instantly. The thugs tried to act tough. So you're strong? We still outnumber you, you trashy rookie. The orange-haired leader barked orders, completely unaware that his life was now on the line. Boom, one punch sent the leader flying like a shredded rag doll into the dark distance. Prepare yourselves, the protagonist roared, his face flushed red with pure, unadulterated fury. Within minutes, the thugs were decimated. The hidden legend had officially conquered these schoolyard bullies. He casually tossed the crocodiles onto the fire. As the meat sizzled, he turned his gaze. So, Yonggu's gang likes extorting my rookies, huh? The interrogation was just beginning. Faces were bruised, but one girl remained untouched. Longhair wondered where this mysterious kid came from. Ignoring their gazes, 𝒂𝒏 sat atop a severed crocodile head and demanded to see the leader. Are you the boss? 𝒂𝒏 asked. The thug shook his head. No. Our leader is Donggu. He's the king here, the girl sneered, threatening him. You're dead meat once he arrives. He's invincible with the stat stones he stole. 𝒂𝒏's eyes lit up. This was getting interesting. A strong leader, huh? 𝒂𝒏 leaned down and bit into the raw crocodile meat savagely. He ripped a chunk away with his teeth. The thugs turned pale, terrified by his primal strength. He ate croc skin with his teeth. They panicked, as 𝒂𝒏 tossed the head at their feet. Lead the way. Soon, they reached a hidden camp filled with tents, the enemy's main base. A massive titan was busy brutalizing his own men. He sent 2 thugs flying with ease. Damn, he's a monster. 1 punch is all it takes. The thugs watched in total terror. 𝒂𝒏 watched the bullies lying in the dirt like dead dogs. He exhaled a satisfied breath, finally digested. That meat was way too chewy. He looked bored, ignoring the tension around him. Is he crazy? Who is this kid? An older man whispered, staring at 𝒂𝒏's casual demeanor. The traitor Yongsu brought him here. A tattooed thug pointed at the girls' group angrily. Yongsu, you led an enemy to our base? The group glared, but Yongsu stayed silent. He wondered if the boss could win. Suddenly, 𝒂𝒏's roar shook the entire camp area. Donggu, get out here and fight. Are you hiding like a little coward, you bastard? A massive hand pulled back a tent flap. A giant emerged, casting a long, dark shadow. Who's making all this noise? The leader growled. Every subordinate instantly bowed their heads low. Welcome, boss. Seeing the titan's aura, 𝒔𝒑𝒏 began to sweat. This guy was a beast. Who's messing with my boy? Donggu asked, picking his ear. 𝒂𝒏 stepped forward, eyes cold. So you're the boss? Donggu smirked. You've got guts, kid. Ready for your own funeral? You're just an old bully, 𝒂𝒏 countered. Nothing but a big target for my legendary fists. Mid-sentence, Donggu's fist blurred, striking 𝒂𝒏's jaw. He began lecturing him about true power. Listen, brat. In this world, the strongest fist is law. Your mouth won't save you here. 𝒌𝒑 didn't flinch. He grabbed Donggu's wrist, a terrifying smile spreading across his face. The giant froze in shock. Then, he laughed. You caught that? Join me as second in command. 𝒌𝒑 agreed instantly. Sure. But if I win, I'm taking all your men as subordinates. The thugs gasped. He's deciding our fate? Is this kid actually out of his mind? 𝒌𝒑's blood began to boil. Enough talk. I'm coming for your head, you big idiot. He lunged, driving a powerful blow into Donggu's gut, but it felt like hitting solid stone. No warning? Kids today have no class, Donggu muttered, his body not moving an inch. The crowd was stunned. Impossible. 𝒌𝒑's full power strike didn't even make the boss flinch. ___ explained. The boss absorbed 12 stat stones. His skin is as tough as an orc. Back in the fray, 𝒌𝒑 unleashed a flurry of punches. Donggu felt a strange sensation. Asterisk, my skin is like steel, so why are his strikes piercing through my defense? Asterisk, 𝒌𝒑 was also surprised. An orc's hide? You're the first one who can actually take it. 𝒌𝒑's next blow forced Donggu back. The giant's boots carved deep grooves into the ground. You're just a sensitive brat. Get lost, Donggu roared, charging with every ounce of strength. 𝒌𝒑 met the charge head-on. Their fists collided with a boom that shook the clearing. In that instant, the giant's arrogant smirk shattered. His face twisted in pure, agonizing pain. Ha! You're just a sensitive brat. Get lost! The giant roared, ready to end it. He charged forward with a lethal strike, but 𝒌𝒑 countered with a massive punch. Their fists collided with a thunderous explosion, but Donggu's face instantly twisted in agony. Donggu's fist twisted violently as his nails tore away. What on earth is this? He gasped in sheer terror. His knuckles felt like they were shattering against 𝒌𝒑's skin. That's because 𝒌𝒑 possessed the iron cortex, a defense harder than steel. The skill triggers automatically upon impact. I should thank you for the target practice, 𝒌𝒑 thought coldly. Smirking with satisfaction, he seized Donggu's throat. His right fist clenched as he bared his teeth for the finish. Careful now. Try not to bite your tongue. The lackeys watched, paralyzed with fear for their fallen leader. Should we jump in? They hesitated. But Yongsu's crew blocked them. This is a fair duel. If you want to fight, I'm your opponent. Yongsu cracked his knuckles menacingly, infuriating the gang boss. You traitor! You swore loyalty to the Donggu gang. We only follow the strongest, Yongsu retorted sharply. He accepted his new path as a turncoat. Before the brawl could ignite, a massive body soared through the air. It was Donggu, sent flying like a rag doll. Please spare me, he shrieked, as 𝒌𝒑 closed in for more. 𝒌𝒑's fist stopped just in time. Phew, I finally found someone worth my time. A leader begging for his life? How pathetic. 𝒌𝒑 scanned the crowd with eyes full of pure contempt. In no time, he stripped the gang of every resource. All their supplies are packed and ready, Yongsu reported. Then let's move out. 𝒌𝒑 nodded. As they left, the broken bullies knelt, desperate for answers. Who are you? What organization do you belong to? 𝒌𝒑 paused, shaking his head at the ridiculous question. Organization? Don't be absurd. I'm just a high school student. The scene shifts to a desolate clearing. Having found the perfect spot, they began setting camp. Thank you for taking us in. We'll work hard. 𝒌𝒑 nodded, feeling the raw power coursing through him. A berserker grows stronger with every drop of blood spilled. He finally had his first subordinates. Yet, he felt weak for hesitating to take a life in the end. Grandfather would be disappointed. I should have taken his head. This cold remark sent chills down 𝒌𝒑's spine. 𝒌𝒑. No, I should say vice captain. The skinny boy beamed at the sudden, prestigious promotion. Vice captain? Has a nice ring to it. Heh. The tents are all set up, sir. He chirped happily. 𝒌𝒑 patted his shoulder. No time to waste. Let's go. I've already scouted our next destination. The powerhouse led his vice captain toward the unknown. Arriving, 𝒌𝒑 adjusted his glasses in complete disbelief. Wait. Is that what I think it is? My instincts say this place holds the key to true power. 𝒌𝒑 pointed toward a colossal structure ahead. Our objective is right there. The Great Pyramid. This sacred trial was about to be activated. Many challenges awaited them as night turned into dawn. As the sun rose, 𝒌𝒑 gathered everyone for a briefing. Listen up. Here is the plan for the day. You guys stay here and guard the camp. We're crossing the river alone. Dongsu was left in awe. The boss was planning to conquer uncharted territory. "Sir, when can we expect you back?" he asked curiously. "Who knows, maybe when we return to Earth." Dong-su reminded him the gate opens in 4 days. In Nova, gates open every 5 days, and 1 day on Earth equals 5 days in this realm. Jin-tae sighed in relief. "So the gates are periodic. I'm sick of staying on this barbaric planet." Ji-hyo nodded, making a silent vow to himself. Next time, he would bring his grandfather along. He couldn't leave the old man alone on Earth. That's useful info. "By the way, what's your name?" The man answered quickly, but Ji-hyo had other plans. "Actually, from now on, you're number 01. "What? But my name is Dong-su." Ji-hyo ignored the protest, pointing at the rest of the group. "From now on, you 5 are number 01 to 05. "Are you joking? We have names," a girl yelled. Ji-hyo's gaze turned razor sharp, silencing the air. "Is there a problem with the names I gave you?" The group trembled, their courage evaporating instantly. "No problem at all, boss. Safe travels." Names were just a nuisance to Ji-hyo. To cross the river, Jin-tae crafted a sturdy wooden raft. "It's actually quite a masterpiece," Jin-tae smiled. Suddenly, a holographic system notification flashed before his eyes. "Raft construction successful. Crafting experience gained." The young man couldn't hide his pure excitement. "Whoa, my crafting level is actually rising." Ji-hyo, however, wasn't interested in the boy's joy. He glared at the primitive wooden oar in his hand. "Rowing like this is incredibly annoying." Our hero takes decisive action. He binds himself to the vessel, securing his fate with a heavy rope. "Are you insane? You will tip us over," Jin-tae screams as the raft trembles under the pressure. Without a word, Cheoldu plunges into the depths. Too slow, he scoffs at the lagging pace. Jin-tae fumed, his hard work seemingly ignored. But Cheoldu had a far more explosive plan. Like a living engine, the protagonist surges forward, dragging the raft across the water at breakneck speeds. Jin-tae watched in stunned silence. The gap between them was a crushing reality he could not ignore. "I am the deputy leader," he resolved, gripping his oar. No more hiding in the shadows of greatness. Time skips, as a colossal monument emerges. The Great Pyramid stood before them, a testament to ancient power. "It is massive," Jin-tae gasped just as a glowing system notification flickered before their eyes. "Pyramid Sanctuary. Activate for special buffs." A unique opportunity was finally presenting itself to our duo. While Jin-tae analyzed the perks, the muscle-bound warrior next to him only smelled gold and glory. "Let's get rich!" shouted the brute, charging ahead. But this time, Jin-tae did not follow blindly. "Cheoldu, I will handle this alone." The world was ending, and he refused to remain helpless. With a gaze full of conviction, Jin-tae prepared to test his own limits in this brutal world. Meanwhile, Cheoldu was dominating. He gripped a prehistoric predator and unleashed a devastating punch. "Hunting is truly a thrill," he laughed, even as another beast lunged to save its fallen comrade. It was a death wish. To the awakened Cheoldu, these monsters were nothing more than practice targets. He snatched the beast's throat and slammed it down. "I will turn you into fried chicken tonight." The monsters dissolved into a pile of coins and rare power-up orbs. The spoils were truly magnificent. A radiant pink orb caught his eye. A high-tier skill was waiting to be claimed by the strongest. Stone throwing. Infuse mana for explosive speed. A simple skill, yet deadly in his legendary hands. "This is perfect," Cheoldu grinned, feeling the surge. But how was his companion holding up? Elsewhere, Jin-tae stood his ground against a bird-brained beast. The ultimate test of survival had begun. The dinosaur shrieked and charged with lethal velocity. Jin-tae's heart hammered in pure adrenaline. He darted toward a tree, pulling a hidden rope tight. Everything depended on this single desperate trap. The mindless predator fell for it. It tripped over the line, crashing down in a cloud of dust. Seizing the moment, Jin-tae lunged with his bone dagger, piercing the monster's skull with a cry. He collapsed, gasping for air. Survival was exhausting, and he wondered if Cheoldu was faring better. "My crocodile tooth blade worked," he whispered. He was finally becoming a hunter in his own right. But danger lurked. A massive shadow loomed behind him, raising a gargantuan wooden club high. Sensing the killing intent, Jin-tae dove forward. The ground shattered behind him in a devastating explosion. The crater was enormous. This monster was a different league entirely, larger and more terrifying than Cheoldu. "I am going to die," he trembled. Before this overwhelming presence, all hope seemed to vanish. Suddenly, a projectile whistled through the air. A single stone struck the Titan, sending it crashing down. Stunned, Jin-tae looked up to find his savior. It was Cheoldu, standing tall with a smirk. "Round 2 starts now," Cheoldu shouted, already prepping his next shot while roasting his dinner. Jin-tae could only sigh in defeat. Even in this new world, the gap felt like heaven and earth. Qiudu offered a piece of meat with a confident grin. Don't be discouraged. Weakness is temporary. Train hard, and you will become a legendary warrior. The protagonist's words carried a strange, heavy authority. Jin-tae stared in awe. Was this truly the same person? Qiudu had evolved into a leader. You see, I am a berserker, Qiudu admitted. My nature is fundamentally different from a human. Jin-tae's jaw dropped. A berserker? What on earth are you talking about right now? Didn't you know? I am a warrior from another planet. Qiudu's revelation left him completely speechless. A warrior race from a game? Everything finally made sense. The insane strength and the absolute dominance. Looking back, his power was otherworldly. You truly didn't know you were a berserker? Of course not. How was I supposed to know? Jin-tae roared. Jae-do smirked, stroking his chin mockingly. Jin-tae's shock boiled into pure rage. He couldn't believe Jae-do was playing dumb. Don't compare us, Jae-do laughed, waving him off. We're just on different levels. Morning came. The duo returned to the pyramid sanctuary with their hard-earned loot. They dumped their gold into the ancient structure. Suddenly, the pyramid hummed to life. System. First activation. Reward triggered. The vault expansion is now online for you. Jin-tae gained level 2 storage, while Jae-do secured level 5. The gap was clear. Jae-do's gamer instincts tingled. This reward was a game changer, just like the subspace. It seemed rewards scaled with contribution. But the system wasn't done with them yet. Another alert flashed. Sanctuary's blessing received. Recovery speed is now doubled for 24 hours. Vitality surged through Jin-tae. He felt strong enough to crush an orc barehanded. This healing factor is insane, he thought. I feel completely refreshed and unstoppable. No more hiding behind Jae-do. It was time for his own legend to begin. Fate answered his challenge immediately, but it wasn't the kind of workout he expected. The orc from last night returned, bringing 2 massive brothers to settle the score. Jin-tae's courage evaporated instantly. Jae-do, save me, he screamed, clinging to his friend. Jae-do shoved him away coldly. What are you doing? Use that blessing and fight. Stop being a coward, Jin-tae. You have the berserker's blood in you. Step up. Jae-do's body ignited with a crimson battle aura. Take that one. I'll handle these two. Without waiting, Jae-do lunged into the fray, leaving a stunned Jin-tae behind. Hey, we're supposed to be a team. Jin-tae yelled, but Jae-do was already gone. A massive orc charged Jin-tae. Spear leveled at his chest with murderous intent. Jae-do danced through the chaos, dodging strikes and grabbing the enemy's spear midair. Using a weapon against an unarmed opponent? How pathetic. Jae-do mocked with a grin. With monstrous strength, Jae-do hoisted the orc and slammed him into the dirt. The earth trembled, but a second orc lunged from the shadows, jaws wide open. Jae-do was wide open. Suddenly, Jin-tae moved, throwing himself in front of the beast. Your opponent is me, you ugly monster, Jin-tae roared, his fear replaced by resolve. The orc's mace slammed into Jin-tae's gut, sending him reeling in pure agony. Just as he buckled, a brilliant green light enveloped him, mending his broken ribs. The sanctuary's blessing was working. I can do this. I won't back down anymore. Jin-tae gritted his teeth. Fear was a luxury he could no longer afford now. He took another heavy blow, but his mind stayed sharp. He was finally waking up. I relied on the blessing too much. I need to see their rhythm. Now it's my turn, Jin-tae shouted, tracking the orc's massive fist through the air. He slipped the punch and drove his dagger deep into the beast's throat. The orc collapsed in a pool of blood. I did it. I actually killed one. Jae-do finished his fight and smirked. Not bad, Jin-tae. You're finally growing some teeth. Suddenly, a screen appeared. Spear mastery awakened. Jae-do's skill level had evolved. Check this out. I unlocked a new skill just by fighting, Jae-do bragged. Like my crafting skill, Jin-tae realized. Real combat is the ultimate teacher here. Jae-do's eyes glinted with greed. Should we go find some more loot then? Jin-tae groaned. Don't tell me you want to pick another fight already? Jae-do pointed toward the tracks. That's where the village is. Think of the weapons. Deep in the woods, the orc tribe labored on, unaware that 2 monsters were coming. Watching from afar, their ferocity is terrifying. One soldier gasps, identifying these beasts as the wall blocking their entire advance. If we find their base, we might finally rest, the other whispers. Suddenly, a heavy hand grips a shoulder, startling them. Qiudu appears, signaling for absolute silence. Is that you? You scared us. You look so different I almost didn't recognize you. The soldiers stare at Qiudu's blackened face. We're scouting enemy lines, the senior explains with a grim, dead serious expression. If they catch you, It's game over. You need to leave. This place is a death trap, even for a legend. The senior points toward a massive, towering beast. That orc chief is a nightmare, a true monster compared to common trash. He sits regally, clad in heavy, gleaming armor. His giant axe can pulverize everything in its path with one single strike. Senior believes it would take an entire elite company to win. But the warnings don't reach Chieldu's ears at all. Our hero licks his lips with predatory hunger. What a magnificent weapon. I think I'll make it mine right now. He marches forward like he owns the place. Jin-tae follows behind as the soldiers fail to stop their suicidal charge. Screams erupt, and blood flows as they advance. Soon, Chieldu stands face to face with the massive orc chief on the battlefield. Take a break. Jin-tae, I'll handle this. Chieldu lets out a guttural orc roar, leaving his companion absolutely stunned and confused. You speak their language? Jin gasps. Actually, Chieldu's just making up insults, but they are shockingly effective and very rude. The chief's eyes turn blood red with pure rage. He grips his axe and swings it directly at our protagonist's head. Chieldu stays sharp, dodging the lethal blow effortlessly. He exploits the opening before the orc can recover his heavy weapon. A thunderous kick slams into the armored chest. The metal dents deeply, yet the monster remains standing, completely unfazed by it. TSK, that armor is thicker than I expected, he grunts. Suddenly, the chief hurls the axe with bone-crushing, terrifying speed. The blade grazes Chieldu's skin, leaving a burning mark. If that hit me directly, even my skin would shred instantly. Fine then, I'm taking that axe for myself. Chieldu catches the blade midair while grabbing the chief's throat with power. With explosive strength, he hoists the massive leader upward. The orc loses his grip on the weapon's heavy handle immediately. Thanks for the free gift, you beast. Chieldu delivers a brutal, direct strike that sends the chief to his grave. The sacrifice wasn't in vain. It unlocked a new power. System, your understanding has deepened. You awakened the axe mastery skill. The soldier watching from the bushes can't believe his eyes. Did he just solo the legendary high-rank orc chief alone? It's true. Chieldu is an absolute monster. Jin-tae cheers wildly as the senior soldier feels a cold, terrifying shiver. This kid is beyond talented. He's a beast. Who's the real monster here? Chieldu grins, claiming his heavy, legendary prize. He hoists the giant axe as time skips forward. At military HQ, Colonel Jan Milan receives the shocking field report. The senior has returned to Earth to report. He details the impossible achievements on planet Nova for the higher-ups. Jan Milan stares at the data in complete shock. A solo victory over a boss in the first trial? Impossible. He even wiped out the Nova gang and the orcs? Yes, it's verified. The subordinate confirms with a firm nod. Why haven't we identified him yet? She demands. He's likely too young to even enlist, the soldier suggests cautiously. Wait. Jan Milan checks his file and gasps. He's just a high school student? She takes a breath to recover. She recovers her composure and closes the report firmly. Stop the investigation and send him an immediate enlistment notice. But ma'am, he won't follow orders easily, the soldier warns. We need to keep a monster like him recruited. Jan Milan frowns, searching for a way to recruit him. Suddenly, a voice echoes outside the colonel's office door. I am Security Officer Anno. The legend of the hidden freshman boss is about to enter the military world. The report details how he crushed the bullies at school. Now, he's taking down interdimensional monsters with total ease. His stats are off the charts for a rookie. The colonel realizes they've found a once-in-a-century military genius today. I want him in my unit no matter the cost. If he refuses, we'll make him an offer he can't ignore. The subordinate looks worried as the colonel's eyes glow. This high schooler is about to change the entire war effort. Meanwhile, Chieldu is already testing his new axe. The weight feels perfect, like it was made for his hands. Every swing creates a shockwave that shatters nearby stones. I wonder what kind of stronger monsters are waiting for me. Jin-tae watches his friend with both awe and fear. You're becoming something else, Chieldu. A true legend is rising now. Back at HQ, the security officer enters the room. I have information on his family and his school life, ma'am. Good. Let's see what makes this monster tick. The hunt for the ultimate soldier has officially begun for the army. As she ponders his recruitment, the voice outside grows louder. Officer Anno stands ready to bring him in today. Colonel, Jan Miran muttered, a devious smirk creeping across her face. Perfect timing. You're the one for this mission. A senior officer entered, guessing the newcomer's identity. Security Officer Anno. Is this about the secret plan to recruit him? Jan Miran's expression turned cold. The world is ending. If he refuses our offer, we will have to use force. Officer Anno stepped in, saluting with a cocky grin. Ready for orders, boss. Is there something exciting for me to do? Transition to the disaster zone entrance. Suddenly, a pillar of violet light tore through the sky, illuminating the ground. The pioneers were returning from planet Nova. First out was the hulking bully, Donggu, looking completely broken and defeated. He was covered in bandages, a pathetic sight. The surrounding crowd couldn't help but laugh at his miserable state. Serves him right. That's what happens to thugs. We need to keep a close eye on those troublemakers. While victims complained, the atmosphere changed. Kang Cheol-do and Jin-tae appeared, drawing every eye toward them. Man, you've really caused a stir, Jin-tae whispered. Even Yong-soo was acting like a lowly servant, rubbing his hands. The hero of Nova has returned. Ha. Cheol-do ignored the praise. I need to see my grandfather. I'm going home. Wait, you're leaving already? Just then, a stunning woman in military uniform approached, her voice commanding and clear. Kang Cheol-do? I have a proposal from the military. It was Second Lieutenant Choi Sung-ah, and she was breathtaking. Jin-tae was instantly love-struck, but Cheol-do's eyes narrowed. A proposal? What kind of proposal are we talking about? Your achievements on Nova were legendary, she began. But Cheol-do just turned away, picking his nose with total indifference. Let's go, Jin-tae. Wait, Sung-ah shouted. We're offering you a commission as a military officer, not just a corporal. Jin-tae was stunned, but Cheol-do didn't even blink. Not interested, he replied with ice-cold finality. His attitude made her blood boil. Before she could snap, a heavy hand landed on her shoulder. See? I told you. A guy like this won't agree easily. A massive man loomed over Cheol-do. Listen here, you disrespectful high school brat. Without warning, he launched a savage kick. Cheol-do barely reacted, raising his left arm just in time to block. Ready to talk now? Oh, Do-hoon smirked, even as his giant frame was pushed back by the force of the block. Cheol-do's jaw tightened in anger. Before he could reset, Do-hoon lunged again, burying a kick deep into his stomach. Pain flared across Cheol-do's face. This guy was terrifyingly fast and strong. Cheol-do! Jin-tae cried out in pure terror. Seeing his friend overwhelmed, Jin-tae panicked. Do-hoon stood tall, looking down at the rookie with pure arrogance. You might be a big deal in Nova, but here, you're just a small fry. Accept your duty and follow me. I'll actually make you strong. He cracked his knuckles, the sound echoing like a final warning to the young warrior. Bystanders watched the beatdown in silence. Suddenly, Cheol-do's expression shifted into something chilling, a true villainous grin. So the real monsters really are all from Nova. If I hadn't leveled up there, I would have been crushed. He stood up, eyes burning with a new light. You're a big shot, huh? Fine. I'll fight you with everything. But if I win, the military draft is off the table. Cheol-do charged forward like a wild, rabid beast. Do-hoon's whined the spirit. Bold and cute. I like it. Glad you think I'm cute, Cheol-do retorted. He unleashed a barrage of punches so intense that even Lieutenant Sung-ah was forced to retreat from the shockwaves. Asterisk. Crack. Asterisk. A heavy blow landed, twisting Do-hoon's face in agony. What the hell? Where's this power coming from? Cheol-do didn't stop, raining down a relentless assault that left Do-hoon with no room to counterattack or breathe. The high ranker stumbled back, his arms swollen and bruised. This rookie. How is he doing this? This is impossible. His pride was on the line. He tried to strike back, dodging a straight punch by moving his head aside, but he fell right into Cheol-do's trap. A devastating knee strike slammed into his face with the force of a meteor. Do-hoon was sent flying like a ragdoll. Cheol-do and his friends watched with wide, triumphant eyes. He won. Holy crap, this was a battle between superhumans. Jin-tae screamed with excitement as the giant hit the ground. Sung-ah rushed to check on the fallen warrior. Seeing he was still alive, she hurriedly helped him to his feet. Cheol-do looked down at his defeated opponent. A grand match indeed, he mused, his voice filled with calm authority. Since the fight is over, I'll be taking my leave. Don't mention the military to me again. He walked away. The crowd stood in stunned silence as the small fry they mocked had just humbled a legendary high ranker. Wait, Cheol-do. Jin-tae ran after him. Where did you get that kind of power? You're a literal monster. But the young hero didn't answer. His journey was just beginning, and the world wasn't ready for what came next. See you in Nova. Jin-ho leaves coldly, leaving a humiliated Sung-ah grinding his teeth in fury. How is he this strong? The security officer trembles, his pride shattered as tears of terror fall. I'll remember the name Jin-ho, he mutters, watching the legend's back fade away. Time flies by. Back home, Jinho reveals everything to his grandfather. The old man is left completely stunned and speechless. The world is ending? Jinho smirks, radiating absolute confidence. Don't worry, Gramps. I'm here now. Grandpa stares at the massive axe Jinho brought back, still struggling to believe this new reality. Pro tip: Nova items go in the stash, but earthly gear stays behind. No exceptions in this system. Jinho looks his grandfather in the eye. Grandpa, come to Nova with me. It's our only chance. The old man shakes his head. I'm a farmer, Jinho. I'll stay with the soil until death. Then farm in Nova, Jinho persists. Why waste your life here while the world is changing? You need to adapt to survive. Grandpa just pours a drink, refusing to leave his simple life. Jinho pauses, realizing the truth. Nova is a lawless wasteland far too dangerous for an old man. The trials of Nova would be suicide for him. Jinho decides to wait until he's truly invincible. Fine, I'll get stronger first, then lead you. Jinho makes him promise to join him later. Suddenly, the roar of an engine echoes outside. A mysterious visitor has arrived at their doorstep. Who's that? Grandpa wonders, but Jinho already knows his partner Jin-tae has finally shown up. Inside Jinho's trophy-filled room, the two strategists begin plotting their next move in this new world. Checking Nova's secrets? Jinho asks as Jin-tae works the keyboard. The digital world is in chaos. Information is being scrubbed. Jin-tae frowns. The government is treating this like a top-tier national blackout. Jinho's eyes sharpen. They're locking social media to prevent panic. It's the perfect time for us. Sometimes you're actually smart, Jinho, Jin-tae admits. Impressed by the hidden genius behind the brawn, Jin-tae mentions the morning's fight. Remember what that soldier said about the New Seoul sector? Yondu isn't the only gate. Different portals lead to vastly different regions across the Nova continent. The elites knew this years ago. They've been secretly developing New Seoul for 2 whole years. 2 years here is a decade in Nova. Jinho realizes they're facing monsters with years of experience. New Seoul is the power hub, but unlike here, all the first clear rewards are long gone. Jinho realizes things are getting complicated. Staying here means falling behind the true monsters of Nova. New Seoul is the place to grow. Jin-tae agrees, but their ride was seized by the law. Jinho just smirks. He's already got a plan involving a certain man named Dong-su. Dong-su nods in agreement. New Seoul is the only choice for a king like you, boss. We'd follow you, but we have gang business to settle first. Dong-su explains his loyalty. Handle your business. We'll meet at the top. Jinho turns to the girl watching them closely. Are you sure? That place is crawling with elite guards. Jinho scoffs at the warning. Fearful weaklings are easily removed. Jinho's aura flares as they reach the shimmering violet portal, the Paju Gate. The entrance to New Seoul. Blinding light consumes them both as they vanish. What kind of hell awaits us? Jin-tae asks, but Jinho only cares about becoming the strongest. They step through and freeze. Before them lies a massive, ancient marketplace from a bygone era. Is this safe? Guards are everywhere. That soldier you crushed was clearly high-ranked. He scoffed, fear makes them easy prey. So cool, she beamed, totally impressed. Suddenly, Glasses-kun shouted, We're here! Above them, a massive violet gate shimmered, the legendary Gate Poo of New Seoul. Blinding purple light surged, warping their reality. What awaits us there? Jin asked. I only care about attaining more power. He gripped his fist tight. They stepped out into a world beyond all belief. An ancient marketplace. I never imagined a place developed like this before. It's just like the Joseon era. Truly mind-blowing. Our hero simply nodded in silence. Before they can enjoy the view, an old lady screams in terror. Help! A robbery. Chae-do and Jin-tae whip around to see a thief fleeing with his stolen loot. No surprises here, bad guys are everywhere. The thief draws a blade, trying to act tough. Move or die! The thug snarls, but Chae-do's massive fist smashes his face first. The impact cracks the pavement. Chae-do roars, New Seoul will be mine very soon. Grateful for the rescue, the grandmother invites the duo home for a warm, hearty meal. The aroma of the noodles is intoxicating. Both boys can barely keep from drooling. Real soup and rice. She thanks them for saving her entire month's worth of savings. We'll eat well, Chae-do says, while Jin-tae is moved to tears by the civilization. Remember when we ate raw crocodiles? Jin-tae sobs harder as the traumatic memories return. By the time he looks up, Chae-do has already inhaled over 10 bowls of noodles. Hey, that's my share, Jin-tae yells, but the lady kindly offers to pay for everything. Realizing he overate, Chae-do nods. He vows to protect this kind lady from any trouble. It's only natural. If anyone bothers you, just tell us. This food is legendary, though. He dives back into the dishes like a starving beast, his hunger seemingly bottomless. The lady smiles, but her eyes reflect worry. Bandits are making the village dangerous lately. 𝒑𝒏𝒒 pauses, confused. Is the crime rate really that high around here, ma'am? Since the population boomed, New Seoul has become a lawless and terrifying jungle, she explains. It's a battlefield where the strong devour the weak. It's just as you've seen today. Chae-do smirks coldly. Good. Then those bad guys will just become my next prey. She laughs it off as a joke, but warns them to stay sharp and use skills. Search skill? What's that? Chae-do asks, his interest piqued by the hidden system terminology. Her face turns serious. Newcomers need it to survive. It is a vital skill for warriors. Hunt horned owls in the forest to get it. It reveals the hidden stats of others. The duo is electrified. Finally, a way to see their power levels rising to the max. We can measure our own strength. Let's go right now, 𝒑𝒏𝒒 shouts in pure excitement. The lady stops them. With those clothes? You need real gear before you start hunting. They quickly suit up. Though basic, the leather armor and boots feel much more professional. It's a massive upgrade from their old tracksuits. Chae-do tests his new range of motion. The durability is solid. Now, all we need to find are some real, high-tier weapons. They head to the Yeonho Forge, the blacksmith shop recommended by their kind host. I hope this smith is a master, 𝒑𝒏𝒒 says, just as a drunk man appears. What do you kids want? The drunk mutters. Chae-do answers, we're looking for weapons. 𝒑𝒏𝒒 is skeptical. This guy reeks of alcohol. Is he really the legendary blacksmith? The man scoffs and tells them to get lost. Nothing for you here. Go elsewhere. But we heard you can forge anything. 𝒑𝒏𝒒 insists, desperate for a decent blade. Blacksmithing is dead. Iron is now harder to find than gold. The man laughs bitterly. The iron mines of 𝒂𝒂𝒏 have been seized by a ruthless and powerful bandit gang. Are they just common thieves? Chae-do asks, his eyes narrowing with a predator's focus. No, they are part of the three powers. The Gyeongho Cheon bandits are monsters. They are cold-blooded killers, and a constant thorn in the side of the local military. Chae-do's blood begins to boil with excitement. This sounds like the perfect challenge for me. If I wipe them out, will you forge for me? He reveals his massive orc axe. The smith's eyes widen in absolute shock. An orc axe? Where did you get this? Just give me an answer. The smith nods. If I can forge again, I'll make anything. Suspicion flickers in his eyes. Is this old man serious? Trio-do nods, accepting the blacksmith's heavy promise. I'll make it worth your while, he declares. After I crush those bandits, I'll return for your masterpiece. Time skips to the hunting grounds. 𝒑𝒏𝒒 watches Trio-do skeptically. Why need more weapons with that axe? Versatility is survival, Trio-do explains. My combat style evolves depending on the monster I'm slaughtering. Preparation is everything. 𝒑𝒏𝒒 sighs, looking at the crowd. But can we even find a single target here? The forest is packed. 𝒑𝒏𝒒 scans the area, realizing it's more like a crowded market than a dungeon. His analysis is bleak. Monsters are scarce, but hunters? There's a dozen for every square inch of grass. People are everywhere, waiting like vultures. 𝒑𝒏𝒒 loses all confidence. Stealing a kill here seems impossible. At this rate, we'll go home empty-handed. Might as well let the mobs grow up in peace. While 𝒑𝒏𝒒 grumbles about the overcrowded disaster, Trio-do's primal berserker instincts suddenly flare to life. He snatches a stone. With a violent flick, he hurls it. The projectile streaks through the dense canopy. Asterisk thud. Asterisk. A creature crashes down. 𝒑𝒏𝒒 freezes in shock. An owl? How did you even see that? Trio-do narrows his eyes. Strange. That didn't feel like a normal bird at all. Something was off. The owl dissolves into mana, dropping a glowing skill stone. Quick, learn it. Don't let it go to waste. It's the Eye of Analysis, a legendary scouting skill that uncovers hidden stats and deep tactical weaknesses. Finally, I can see the truth. 𝒑𝒏𝒒 activates the skill, his excitement reaching a fever pitch. Boom! Trio-do's hidden profile erupts. An orc-type berserker with maxed mastery in throwing and searching. He's a literal master of spears and axes. But as the stats scroll, a mysterious detail emerges. Trio-do smirks. So my stats are finally visible. But a fairy's blessing? On a monster like me? A berserker blessed by their sworn enemies? This anomaly hints at a dark, forgotten past yet to awaken. Trio-do sinks into deep thought. 𝒑𝒏𝒒, oblivious, starts posing. Hey, check my legendary stats now. The main character glances over and scoffs. Empty. Absolutely nothing. Maybe try actually training for once? Just kidding. As they joke around, two shadows lurk in the high branches, cold eyes watching closely. It's Sergeant Kim and Commander Choi. Two elite assassins hidden perfectly within the forest's shifting darkness. Choi touches the fresh cut on his cheek. That stone from earlier. It wasn't a lucky shot. Commander, you're bleeding, his subordinate whispers. Choi doesn't flinch, his gaze locked on the target. I thought I was safe at this range. He realizes the stone's trajectory was manipulated mid-flight. Had he not tilted his head, that pebble would have been fatal. Does this kid know we're here? Wiping the blood, he mutters. If he took down Lieutenant Ho-Hon, then his monstrous power is real. We need him on our side. Kim frowns. Wait. Look at their path. They're heading straight for it. Mount Obong? This is bad. If they enter that territory, the bandits will swarm them like locusts. Back with our duo, they reach the bandit-controlled zone. The air is heavy, silent, and deathly still. Are you sure this is the place? Jintae whispers. High above, predatory eyes have already found them. The bandits sneer from the shadows. Look at these arrogant brats. Do they have a death wish? That axe is worth a fortune. A bandit licks his lips, eyeing Treodu's gear with pure greed. Their leader, Gang Ho Cheon, flashes a cruel, confident grin. Stupid sheep walking into a lion's den. The hunt is on. Meanwhile, Treodu and Jintae wander the woods until the sun begins to set. Evening falls, yet the forest remains quiet. Where are these legendary bandits the blacksmith mentioned? Treodu sighs, his blood itching for a fight. We're deep inside, yet not a single soul. Jintae warns him, don't get cocky. They say these bandits are high-level killers, not common thugs. Treodu just laughs. Don't worry, I won't lose to trash. Once I draw my axe, it's *shink, killing intent explodes. Without a word, Treodu swings his massive axe in a blinding arc. *clang. Arrows are sliced clean in half before they can land. His reaction speed is god tier. Ambush! Jintae screams. Treodu's grin widens. A welcome party? Finally, things are getting fun. He pinpointed them instantly. The bandits panic, they realization too late that they aren't the hunters here. A suspicious mist blankets the mountain, it's a deadly trap. Jintae, get behind me! Chodu roars. A lethal rain of arrows erupts from the shadows. There is no cover, only certain death. Chodu triggers his toadskin skill. He becomes a human shield to protect his comrade. Arrows bounce off his iron flesh. Run, you'll only slow me down. Chodu commands. Evading these bandits in the dense jungle is impossible. Chodu's veins bulge, the poison is taking hold. Dark toxins spread across his face. Is that poison? Jintae gasps in pure horror. Even his max defense can't stop the venom. Yet, Chodu smirks a true monster's grin. Are you insane? How can you smile now? The madman ignores the pain. He only sees blood. Get out of the way. This isn't your fight. But, will you be okay? Jintae trembles. Don't underestimate me. I'm a madman. He grips his weapon, ready to unleash chaos. Seeing that burning resolve, Jintae finally understands. Staying here just makes him a liability. He turns and sprints for reinforcements, leaving the legendary warrior to face the horde alone. Hold on, I'll bring help. Help? I'm going to enjoy this feast. Chodu laughs. 3 bandits charge with bared steel. Chodu lunges an unstoppable force of nature. Night falls as the slaughter continues. Chodu carves through his enemies like a demon. The toxin paralyzes his nerves. Pain screams through his body. His grip begins to fail. His movements falter for a split second. A bandit strikes from the blind spot. Got you, brat. Die, the scavenger sneers, thinking the legend has fallen. Sudden counter. Chodu's axe cleaves through sword and neck. A brutal execution. The remaining bandits recoil in absolute terror. How can he move? He's a monster. They bark threats, but none dare step forward. Chodu's vision blurs. Time is running out. I have to end this. Now, he prepares one final devastating strike. He explodes forward, shattering their formation. 4 men fly like rag dolls through the air. He charges like a mad bull toward the base. Escape is finally within his reach. Suddenly, the earth vanishes a massive abyss. A bottomless pit stops him dead in his tracks. Mocking laughter echoes from the trees. The bandit king, Jong Ho Cheon, finally appears. Impressive struggle, kid. But it ends here. Chodu stares down the mountain of a man. So, you lured me into this cage? The trap was set from the very beginning. The hunt is only fun when the prey runs. Despicable scum, Chodu spits in contempt. His breathing turns heavy. The poison reaches his heart. But the madman's spirit refuses to break. Sharp words for a dying man. That paralysis poison will turn you into a corpse soon. Kneel and serve me, or rot in that pit. The villain offers a coward's way out. Chodu's answer is a defiant glare. A true warrior never bows to trash. I'd risk my life in a duel, but die to you? Never. He leaps into the darkness, a total suicide jump. The bandit king watches in stunned silence. Falling through the void, Chodu flips a final bird. Go to hell. I'm not dying here. He plunges into a pool of ice and corpses. A graveyard becomes his only hope for survival. Darkness swallows his mind. Memories begin to flicker. The past calls out to the falling hero. Obongsan Mountain. The blacksmith's dire warnings. Why was the forest so eerily silent before? Is Chodu okay? They say those bandits are devils. Don't worry, I won't lose to anyone. I have my axe. But why does his soul look like a child, trapped in the form of his younger self? The madman's true origin begins to awaken. Glowing spirits and light dragons surround him. These entities, are they a blessing or a curse? A permanent mark of the madman's bloodline, an eternal punishment since the day of his birth. I told my friends about the spirits back then. The legend's roots run deeper than anyone knows. Ever since his secret was exposed, Aiden became the tribe's most hated enemy. His mother, Evelyn, gripped his shoulders tightly. Aiden, this isn't your fault. Those spirits are part of you. Live. I had always feared my own power. Trapped by the shadows of my past, it's finally time to truly survive. My family sacrificed everything for me. I'll heal these scars and conquer this. Mind over matter. I'll endure the agony to seize absolute control of myself. Gritting his teeth, Aiden channeled the spirit's blessing to mend his broken body. He coughed up black toxins, feeling a sudden divine sense of weightlessness. The chains are broken. Asterisk system. You have successfully acquired poison resistance. Asterisk. Gasping for air, he crawled ashore. This is the path of a true warrior. One step closer to becoming a legendary berserker. The danger was worth it. He laughed with wild excitement. Now, how do I escape this abyss? A cold breeze brushed his spine. A draft? He turned toward the shadows. A massive rock blocked the path, but air whistled through the hidden cracks. With a roar of strength, he shoved it aside, revealing a secret passage. Bingo! A hidden staircase. Aiden ventured deeper into the dark, unknown depths. At the top, a pack of gnolls waited, vicious hyena beasts with human eyes. Asterisk system. Hidden dungeon, abandoned dragon's nest. Mission: eliminate the gnoll tribe. Asterisk. Objective: slay the chieftain. Rewards: tribe badge and a mysterious secret prize. Aiden's eyes flared with greed. A hidden dungeon? This is getting interesting. Axe in hand, he prepared to hunt. Meanwhile, his friend Jin-tae faced death. Nowhere to run, rat. A group of bandits cornered Jin-tae in the woods. A green-clad thug lunged, pinning Jin-tae to the dirt with murderous intent. The blade hovered close. Your corpse will fetch a fine price, kid. Despair took hold. The bandit's grip felt like a crushing iron vice. Suddenly, an arrow pierced the thug's throat, ending his cruel laugh instantly. Soldiers Kim and Choi arrived. Are you all right? Hang in there, kid. No time for thanks. More bandits emerged. Draw your steel. All units, attack. Back in the pit, Aiden slaughtered gnolls. They kept coming like a nightmare. A terrifying roar shook the cave as a giant shadow loomed ahead. Their secret weapon had arrived. Aiden charged, his axe thirsting for blood. The five-eyed chieftain stood before him, wielding a staff of ancient power. Aiden grinned wildly. The boss! 3 fireballs streaked toward his chest instantly. Wind spirits swirled, shielding him. Is that all? My turn to strike. He hurled his axe like a buzzsaw, forcing the beast onto the defensive. Aiden leaped from above like a falling star. Taste the berserker's wrath. He slammed the chieftain into the earth, shattering the ground beneath them. Stomping the beast's chest, Aiden declared, "A berserker always takes the head." The chieftain roared, firing desperate blasts of magic. But Aiden didn't flinch. With one final, devastating swing, he ended the monster's reign of terror. The beast's head rolled. Asterisk system. Hidden dungeon, abandoned dragon's nest. Cleared. Asterisk. He stood amidst the carnage, the true legend finally beginning to rise. Next time, bring a real challenge, he whispered into the dark silence. A new power surged within him as the hidden rewards were claimed. With the chieftain fallen, Aiden stepped out of the shadows as a king. Reward distribution complete. You've unlocked the clan leader's badge. This colorless artifact allows you to seize territories. You've obtained the Guardian Staff, a legendary weapon for mages. Its raw, ancient power is absolutely staggering. Finally, it's mine. 𝒂𝒂𝒏 smirks. The hidden stats are real. His path as a supreme mage starts now. Next, a notification flashes. First clear reward. The legendary world map system has finally been activated. 𝒂𝒂𝒏 stares, eyes wide with curiosity. A world map? Let's see what secrets this world is hiding. He touches the interface. Suddenly, emerald light surges, engraving a mystic, glowing mark deep into his arm. A shimmering grid erupts from his palm. This is the ultimate navigation tool for a rising legend. Only Sol and 𝑭𝒂𝒓𝒎 are visible. The rest is shrouded in a mysterious dark fog of war. I'll conquer every inch of this map. He's so hyped he's practically breathing steam like a monster. But the system interrupts. Warning! The dungeon is closing. Evacuate before the cave is swallowed by water. 𝒂𝒂𝒏's face pales instantly. Damn it, I need to grab those stat stones and gold before I drown. He frantically loots the area. Every second counts when you're trapped in a collapsing underwater death trap. After grabbing the loot, he returns to the entrance. But there's a massive problem. The exit is unreachable. The ceiling is miles away. The walls are perfectly smooth, offering zero grip for a desperate climb. How do I get out? There's nothing to hold on to. 𝒂𝒂𝒏 panics as the water level starts rising. Suddenly, a familiar voice echoes from the surface. 𝒂𝒂𝒏, are you down there? Answer me, man. Hope ignites in his eyes. Is that 𝒑𝒐𝒏? 𝒂𝒂𝒏 screams at the top of his lungs for help. His friend 𝒑𝒐𝒏 rushes to the edge, sobbing with relief. Thank God, I thought you were dead. 𝒑𝒐𝒏 drops a rope. 𝒂𝒂𝒏 smiles. You kept your promise, buddy. I owe you big time for this. Safe at the top, 𝒑𝒐𝒏 checks his wounds. 𝒂𝒂𝒏 just laughs it off like a true school boss. Check out this cool ink, he brags, showing off the glowing system mark on his right arm. Nearby, 3 undercover soldiers watch in silence. They have top-secret orders to protect this mysterious new powerhouse. He hates the military, so keep your cover, the commander warns. They must stay hidden for now. 𝒂𝒂𝒏 introduces his saviors to 𝒑𝒐𝒏. These guys rescued me from those savage bandits earlier today. I'm Choi Jun-seok, and this is Kim Yong-soo. We're just regular university seniors out on a hike. 𝒂𝒂𝒏 secretly uses his search skill. Whoa, their stats are insane. These guys are abnormally strong. The soldiers break into a sweat. Did this kid just realize we're elite special forces members? 𝒂𝒂𝒏 simply asks, are you guys here to hunt down those bandit scumbags with me, or what? They exhale in relief. Yes, we absolutely despise those thugs. They've ruined so many lives lately. 𝒂𝒂𝒏 narrows his eyes. Why the sudden hate? The senior soldier panics, searching for a believable lie. Kim Yong-soo improvises. My mother was killed by them. He looks down, pretending to be heartbroken. 𝒂𝒂𝒏's gaze softens. That's tragic. Join me. Let's get the revenge your family deserves together. We're 31, you know, the soldiers mention. 𝒂𝒂𝒏 scoffs. Please, I'm already 32. Show some respect. What a liar, Jun-seok thinks. He's clearly a high schooler playing dress-up, but his power is real. 𝒂𝒂𝒏 pats their shoulders firmly. I'll bring you the bandit leader's head on a silver platter, brother. Kim Yong-soo freezes in guilt. Mom, I'm so sorry for using your life as a cover story. Jun-seok watches 𝒂𝒂𝒏 closely. This kid has terrifying ambition. He's definitely no ordinary high school student. He asks, so, 𝒂𝒂𝒏, what's the grand plan to take down the bandit king, Jang-ho? 𝒂𝒂𝒏 glares fiercely. It's Big Brother 𝒂𝒂𝒏 to you. Use the proper honorifics when you speak. Fine, Big Brother 𝒂𝒂𝒏, what's the plan? The elite soldier sighs, forced to play along. First, we scout their base. Then, we strike like a devastating storm, 𝒂𝒂𝒏 declares with confidence. Jun-seok hesitates. Actually, I know exactly where they are hiding. No need for scouting missions. Their main fortress is on the 4th peak to the east. We can head there right now. 𝒂𝒂𝒏 is stunned. How the hell do you know their secret location so specifically, old man? I've been planning my revenge for years. The soldier lies smoothly. 𝒂𝒂𝒏 buys the story completely. Perfect. We are heading straight for the summit. A real man takes the direct path. Time flew as Cheoldu's squad marched upward, ready to crush the mountain bandit stronghold. Suddenly, a hidden archer unleashed a volley of 3 arrows aimed right at Cheoldu's heart. But with godlike reflexes, he shattered the projectiles mid-air before they could even graze him. With his poison resistance active, these pathetic tricks were useless against his overwhelming hidden stats. The battlefield roared as he charged. Jin watched in awe of his monstrous physical power. His poison immunity is insane, Jin cheered, while Cheoldu just laughed like a true legend. Even Kim Yong-shu had to admit it, the kid was a reckless fool, but incredibly formidable. The captain marveled at his growth. At this rate, Jang Hoshan's reign might actually end. If he defeats that monster, the entire power balance of this world will shift forever. Currently, the Tanxian region is a powder keg ruled by 3 warring factions. The army holds the south, while bandits and wild raiders terrorize the northern mountain peaks. Jang Hoshan's agility makes him untouchable. A full-scale war would only invite more chaos. If Marshal Li, the army's pillar, falls in battle, then Tanxian is truly doomed. But what if Cheoldu is the wild card? Could he actually take down the king? He stared at Cheoldu's back, seeing the shadow of a future legend rising before him. That is it for today. Smash that like button for more epic manhwa recaps. Goodbye.